Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. As I can see on my part series, the week that was college football history review, the 1985 college football season. For week number 8, the games that are played on October 19th, 1985, we're going to start with Penn State, the number 6 team in the country, beating Syracuse 24-20. After being temporarily sidelined with injury, Penn State quarterback John Schaefer returned in the second half to throw winning 8-yard touchdown pass to fullback David Clark with 1:53 left in the game. Trying to snap a 14-game series losing streak, Syracuse had a late lead, but fullback Roland Grimes lost a fumble, recovered by Lions defensive end Don Graham, who had forced fumble 2 sacks to launch winning touchdown. Syracuse won yards battle by 304 to 231, but lost 4 turnovers. All of Penn State's 3 touchdown drives were short, 43 yards. Following Grimes' fumble, 19 yards set up, a 78-yard kickoff return by wide receiver Jim Coates, 26 yards after 48-yard punt, returned by wide receiver Michael Timpson. Orange quarterback Don Fitnick McPherson passed for 173 yards, ran for 26-yard touchdown in the third quarter, hit wide receiver Mike Ciano on 44-yard touchdown pass for a 20-17 lead with 10:19 to go. Defensive-minded Nittany Lions now own 6 wins by a total of 24 points. Next, Virginia Tech beat Virginia 28-10. Next, we got Vanderbilt and Georgia. This matchup in a 13-13 tie. Next, Tennessee beat Alabama 16-14. Birmingham. Tennessee won the game, but Crimson Tide linebackers like Cornelius Bennett, Wayne Davis, tackle quarterback Tony Robinson, Hart of Volunteers offense on first play of fourth quarter, sent him to sideline with knee injury. The Volunteers were leading 16-7 at the time, but soon surrendered 61-yard drive that ended with quarterback Mike Schuler's 19-yard touchdown pass to tailback Bobby Humphrey. Schuler, who threw for 216 yards, had tied elbow again until clutch interception by Volunteers linebacker Dale Jones. Final Alabama drive ended with a short kick by kicker Van Tiffen, a 61-yard field goal attempt. Freshman tailback Keith Davis rushed for 141 yards for Volunteers when Tony went out. We knew every play might make a difference, said Jones, who gave the game ball, he was awarded to defensive coordinator Ken Donahue, who had coached for 21 years at Alabama. Next, the game of the year for 1985 was between number 1 versus number 2. Iowa, number 2 team in the country, Iowa, number 1 team in the country against number 2 Michigan. So this is about top 2 teams at the time. It was the game of the year as Michigan and Iowa matched up, squared against each other, and Iowa won 12-10. Iowa won 12-10. So in the battle of number 1s versus number 2, 19th such matchup since AP started polling in 1936, and first since the Sugar Bowl following 1982 season pitted Penn State and Georgia, featuring Iowa's top-rated offense against Michigan's top-rated defense. The Hawkeyes were kept out of the end zone, but moved the ball as quarterback Chuck Long threw for 297 yards. Halfback Ronnie Harmon ran for 134 yards. Harmon became the first back to top 100 yards rushing against Michigan in 6 games. Iowa, meanwhile, appeared to score a touchdown in the first half as Long found wide receiver Scott Heverson deep in the end zone with an 18-yard pass, but officials ruled Heverson failed to get foot down. Iowa settled for a 35-yard field goal by kicker Rob Hoffman. Michigan answered quickly as tailback Jamie Morris took a kickoff of 60 yards to poise quarterback Jim Harbaugh's 60-yard touchdown pass to fullback Gerald White. Harbaugh was flushed out of pocket by defensive end Jeff Cross, drove the ball to White, who knifed in from 2-yard line. Later in the first half, Long's 25-yard pass to Harmon led to another field goal by Hoffman to cut margin to 7-6. Early in the third quarter, Long drove Hawkeyes to Michigan 22-yard line for an interception by linebacker Dieter Herring. In the fourth quarter, Harbaugh lost fumble in Michigan territory, which set up a 36-yard field goal by Hoffman for a 9-7 Iowa lead. Hawkeyes had 12-minute time advantage, but only 2-point lead. which Wolverines wiped out with 4-yard field goal by kicker Mike Gillette. Iowa forced punt and took over at own 21-yard line. With less than 6 minutes left. Drive began poorly as Harmon dropped pass but long completed 11-yard pass to tight end Mike Flagg. Alternated with Harmon on 4-yard first down, gaining plays as Iowa went to Michigan 26-yard line. The teams exchanged penalties and Iowa reduced clock with short runs before Holman took another field goal try. His 29-yard effort was true. Next, you had number 3 Oklahoma against Miami, where Miami upset number 3 Oklahoma 27-14. Although Miami quarterback Lane Testaverde, Oklahoma quarterback Troy Aikman both would become top overall NFL picks, their highly anticipated battle of young gunslingers fizzled due to injury that had surprising national championship consequences. The nation's top defense was no match for Matt Passick of Miami's as Testaverde threw for 270 yards, 2 touchdowns while scoring team's other touchdown on bootleg run. The score was 14-7 at halftime as Testaverde hit wide receiver Michael Irvin with a 56-yard touchdown pass and ran and scored from 4 yards out, while Oklahoma countered with a 14-yard touchdown pass from Aikman wide receiver Derek Shepard. Sooners, however, lost Aikman with a broken ankle in the second quarter and found catching up tough without him. Hurricanes scored 13 points in the third quarter on 2 field goals by kicker Greg Cox, wide receiver Brian Blaze, 35-yard scoring reception. With Aikman out for years, Sooners turned to freshman quarterback Jamel Holloway, whose speed would energize Oklahoma's march back to the top of the rankings. Next, Nebraska, number 17 in the country, beat Missouri 28-20. This loss for Missouri Tigers was their 9th straight for the new school record. They lost 28-20. Next, you had Arkansas. They lost to Texas 15-13. Longhorns kicker Jeff Ward put on a clinic, but Arkansas kicker Greg Horn missed his lesson. Ward booted 5 field goals, including career best 55-yard field goal to score all points for Texas, while Horn missed all 3 attempts for Hogs from 48, 40, and 33 yards. Texas quarterback Brett Stafford scrambled to throw for 137 yards and tailback Edwin Simmons rushed for 86 yards. Razorbacks received touchdowns from wide receiver James Chabez on 30-yard catch and tailback James Rouse on 20-yard run. The Rouse's touchdown, Hogs went for 2 points, but quarterback Mark Calgadney's pass was incomplete, so Arkansas' final drive ended with interception by safety John Hagee on 22-yard line with clock expiring. I hurt more at this point than I ever have in my life, declared defeated Arkansas coach Ken Hatfield. Next, we have Texas A&M versus Baylor, where Baylor beat Texas A&M 20-15. Second time was charmed for Baylor. Halfback Ralph Stockner, who scored fourth and goal from the 1-yard line after being halted fourth and one in third quarter. Touchdown cap a 75-yard drive. The Aggies had taken a 15-14 lead. Bears' key play was 25-yard pass from quarterback Tom Moonke to wide wingback Glenn Pruitt on 3rd and 25 to the Texas 21-yard line. In front of first home sellout in 11 years, the Bears took 14-6 halftime lead on touchdown runs by quarterbacks Cody Carlson and Moonke. Aggies pulled within 14-12 on safety Kip Corrington's 40-yard interception touchdown return in third quarter before taking lead on kicker Eric Franklin's third field goal, as Texas A&M fullback Anthony Toney rushed for 10 attempts for his carries and 74 yards. Okay, last but not least, you have Washington and Oregon State. Oregon State beat Washington 21-20, having lost the last 2 games by a combined 97-0. The Beavers 37-point underdogs pulled off one of great upsets in Pac-10 history. Defensive end Andre Todd blocked Washington punt with 1:46 to go. that was covered in end zone for winning touchdown by cornerback Levance Northington. Oregon State owned 14-10 lead at halftime behind freshman quarterback Rich Gonzalez, who threw and ran for first half touchdowns. The Huskies bounced back with 14-yard touchdown run by tailback Tony Covington, 43-yard field goal by kicker Jeff Jager for 20-14 lead. Now, Beavers then marched 70 yards before turning over the ball on downs to Washington, who was soon forced to punt late in the fourth quarter. So that concludes look at Week 8. The games that are played on October 19th, 1985. Look at the AP polls. October 22nd, you got Minnesota at number 20, 19 Texas, 18 Louisiana State, 17 UCLA, 16 Tennessee, 15 Miami, 14 Arkansas, 13 Baylor, 12 Oklahoma State, 11 Florida State, 10 Oklahoma, 9 Ohio State, 8 Air Force, 7 Brigham Young, 6 Auburn, 5 Nebraska. Number 4 was Michigan, 3 Penn State, number 2 was Florida, and number 1 was Iowa. So that concludes look at college football history review, the 1985 college football season. The games that were played on October 19th, 1985, Week 8. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Do reveal this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Do reveal this magnitude tomorrow. Till then, talk to you soon.